Hey everybody, happy 4th of July. It's your girl Darissa. It feels like forever, even though I've been here every single day. But I think for the last couple of days I've been in my car, I've been in my backyard, and Mom has been asleep. Hey there, Miss Trouble. Thank you for joining. Yes, as you can see, my co-host, my mom, Mama Joe, is wide awake and giving her input. So I hope life is treating you kind. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Hey Dad, what's up, sis? I hope you're having a wonderful time. So we're just kind of chilling here at the house, not doing a whole lot. Our grown kids are out and about. We let them know there will be no Q today. So they'll probably drop by later after they hit up all of their friends. Yeah, but it's family day, so we'll probably look at movies. That's what we usually do. The kids will come by and then we'll look at movies together. But Mama ain't cooking today. Sorry. Don't know what to tell you. I'm taking full advantage of this. You know, hubby's home, and so we're just all kind of relaxing. Kylea's still asleep. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Darissa. I am the CEO and founder of God's Chosen Vessels, and I am also the creator of the Embrace Formula. I am the caregiver of 2. I am a believer in Jesus Christ. Hey, Chloe, what's up, sis? So, you know, I'm just thankful to be here. So I hope sounds good. Sounds good. I don't know what we're gonna do. I have no clue. I was able to get into bed this morning about, what time did I go to bed this morning? This morning wasn't too bad. I think it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. So needless to say, when I woke up, I just kind of lingered. Hey, they saying hello to you, Mama. They saying hello. She was talking a second ago. You just missed her 3 or 4 words of input. So we're having the word of the day here, you guys. This is what we're doing. I know there's family in the house, but some of you might not be familiar with this. So what we do is this is an exercise on our perception. This is what we want to get into the habit of doing. And what I mean by that, let me explain a little further. This is not to take the place of your devotion time or your prayer time. This is basically an exercise where we want to start seeing life the way God sees our lives, okay? Nothing takes him by surprise. You did? Well, all right, Mom. I think they heard you that time. That's so cute. She's so cute. We want to realize that God is in control of everything, and everything happens for our good, okay? It works out for our good. Even if it's something that takes us by surprise, even if it's something that's not comfortable, this is something that he has allowed. Romans 8:28 says all things work together for the good of those who love him and who are called according to his purpose. So we want to get into that mindset. We want to get into the mindset of not being fearful or panicking when something just happens, just totally off kilter. You know what I'm saying? You want to say, okay, Lord, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to shield me from? What are you trying to teach me? Okay, and trust the process. Trust whatever's happening is going to be. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So this is a practice. What we do is we choose a word blindly from this glass to symbolize life blindsiding us. My mouth is still asleep. Blindsiding us sometimes, and then we want to get into the habit of just saying, okay, if I can do this with a word, then let me start applying this to my everyday life. Okay, so it's a simple exercise, but just to get you into practice of doing that with the bigger things when they come and face you, you know, and you got to kind of look at that thing head on and say, okay, you're not going to scare me because of the God in me, because my Father's in control. So I'm just going to sit here and let you do what you do. But, you know, I'm either going to speak life into it so you can change. I'm going to do something, but it's not going to be fearful. It's not going to be anxious. That's not the approach I'm taking. So this is what the perception exercise is all about. Okay? So now that I've kind of explained that, let me go ahead and choose a word. And we're going to go ahead and get into this thing, right? So for those of you who just coming in, thank you for following, for tapping if you're not already following. And I thank you for taking the time to come and check me out, you know, because I know a lot of people are busy with their family, getting ready to eat and doing things like that. And you decided to check on me, and I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. I really don't. Okay, so our word for the day, that's a cool word. Grow. And I can apply that to just what we want to do, or what we should want to do in life. Life is really about growth. It really is. You don't want to be in the same spot you're in today, July the 4th, 2017, that you were in, say, July the 4th, 2004. You know what I'm saying? I'm just picking a date. It should be about growth. Hey, Freddie Flintstone, UK. I love that name. I was just talking about Fred Flintstone the other day. I have a t-shirt. I just purchased it. I was so happy to find it. Oh, wow. I wish I'd worn it today. Welcome, welcome. I've never seen you in before because the handle is new. Thank you for coming aboard. I appreciate you. So we just pulled our word of the day, Freddie, and it's grow. And I was just saying that, and please follow me if you aren't already. Tap the little dots right there. Everything that happens in our lives is an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to grow. You know, I don't think that God intends for us to stand still and to be stagnant and to not learn from the beautiful experiences that he brings our way. Thank you so much for retweeting, Deb. I appreciate you, sis. There are lots of things you can say, well, how can I grow from that? Like, for instance, you know, for those of you who know me and know my story, my father was murdered. And it was just out the blue. I mean, it was the most bizarre, would be the word, thing, you know, in the middle of service by our pastor. I mean, how does that happen? In this day and age, though, in the news, you've seen it. It's nothing new under the sun. It has happened several times since then. But at the time, it's like, okay, wait, what? You know? And so, you know, I even look at that situation and I see where it caused me to grow. Now, it didn't feel like growth at the time. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to make this rainbows and flowers, you know, because it wasn't. That was my daddy. You understand what I'm saying? I was a young woman. That was my daddy. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. So it wasn't. But I look back on it now in hindsight, and I see how even that, as horrific and traumatic and painful as it was, it caused me to grow. In fact, I will even venture to say that a lot of that happened around Daddy's murder caused me to be the Darissa that you see today. You see what I'm saying? It was a painful process. Yes, I kid you not. I kid you not. I would be lying if I said it wasn't. It was easy breezy, lemon squeezy. No, not even close. Not even close. And here I am, 53. And so, you know, a lot of moons have passed since that. And it's a long process. But I like to look at it like this. Have you ever seen a potter's wheel? And there's several sermons that I've heard. There's several things I've read before that use the analogy of God being the potter and us being the clay. It's a process. And if you've ever tried to sit at a potter's wheel, and I did once in elementary school, I remember we went to, it was a field trip here at Sutter's Fort. And in Sacramento, that's a part of our California history. And I think every elementary school in California has come to Sutter's Fort. It's here in Sacramento. And that's, you know, where a lot of the miners and everything, I don't even remember the real history, but I know during the whole mining time, the 49ers, that kind of thing. That was funny. That was a joke. Californians will get that. And so, you know, even then, when they had to make, when you're pioneering, you have to make a lot of things that you rely on to survive. And so pottery was one of those things. And I remember sitting, I think this was my 5th or 6th grade field trip. Have a good memory, you guys. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. But it looks so easy. You put the clay on the thing and it spins, and you have to use your foot, and it's like a pedal, and you pedal it and it makes it spin, and you're like, okay, cool. I'm just going to put my hand on that little clay and it's going to just morph into this beautiful pot. And I mean, you can just barely touch it. And the clay just kind of zips up real quick. And like, oh, okay, I didn't expect, it's so sensitive. And it's like, okay, I didn't expect that. So you think, okay, I'm going to touch it a little lighter. And then you think you're touching it lighter. And then it flops over like that. And it's a bit mess. It's a mess. It takes skill. And it takes practice. And it takes patience. and it takes time. Hello, Mr. Winky. Thank you for coming in. So you know what I'm saying? It takes patience. So I'm using that as the analogy of how we are the clay, and he is the potter at the potter's wheel. And the patience that he uses, he knows just how to touch us. He knows just how fast that wheel should be. And it's so fun. I wish I can feel myself. I'm reliving this, you guys, because my foot. You guys see? I just noticed I was doing that. I didn't mean to do that, but that's how he does. His foot is steady. You know what I'm saying? He knows just how fast to make that wheel. He knows exactly what to do to make us morph into the beautiful pot or vase or whatever he's creating. And so I use it as an analogy of our lives. He is the master potter. And even when it doesn't look like it's taking shape the way we think it should take shape. Praise the Lord. Hey, Sparkle Queen Kim. Hey, what's up, Kim? And so, you know, I love the fact that even in my life, happy 4th to you, my darling. Kiss that baby. And so, you know, I look at the fact that God, in his wisdom, Elegant 13, thank you for joining, darling. Our word for the day is grow. It's grow. 153, Mickey, thank you for joining. So what we're saying is life is an opportunity of growth. Every day is an opportunity of growth. Even today, some of you are with your family. You say, oh, I see my family, I see my cousins all the time. But it's really an opportunity for growth to sit down and create a memory. And because I like to be deliberate. I'm intentional in my living these days. For those of you who know, my mother's living with Alzheimer's. So every day, this is intentional. We can't go to the park right now. We can't do that, but I tell you what I can do. I can create something for her, even though her eating is limited. She can only kind of eat things from a bowl. I have her bowl here, you know, and it has to be like a cream of wheat kind of consistency, you know. For those of you who know, I take Boost, which is a thickener, and I'll put it in her liquid Ensure or Boost, and I take the thicket and make it thick like a pudding. But there's nothing to say that we can't, you know, I can decorate her room and just go all out, because I make everything a production. That's what I do. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for me to create a memory with my mother while God has given us and blessed us with time together. So growth is a beautiful thing. And yes, sometimes it's painful. But those things that sometimes make us cry at night, that make us lay up and just kind of look at the ceiling kind of thing, there's opportunity for growth there. I found in my life, and I'm just going to be transparent with you, y'all know I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, but I'm human. I have my moments. When, you know, it just kind of feels sometimes like, okay, Lord, you picking on me? Because didn't I just have a problem yesterday? I got to have another one today? I mean, I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was your brat. I thought I was your favorite child. You know, can you kind of pass that? Can you let this cup pass to maybe my neighbor? You know, you have those moments. But those are those times when I'm talking with him and just being real with him and having a conversation with him like I always do, that he impresses upon me, that he teaches me things. I learned something just the other day in forgiveness that just came from out of nowhere. Because God works that way, and it was an opportunity for my growth. There was a show on television that my husband and I were watching, and I digress, but stay with me. I'm going to show you how there's an opportunity for growth in this story. Thank you for joining, you guys. I appreciate you. Happy 4th. I don't know if you've heard of Pastor John Gray. I love him. I think he's my kindred. I really do. Because sometimes when I'm watching a show, he's speaking or preaching, and I'm finishing his sentences in verbatim. It's crazy. It's like, it trips me out. My husband kind of looks at me like, okay, really? I really believe he's my kindred. I do. But he's an absolutely fabulous modern day bringer of the gospel. Check him out. He's an associate pastor at Pastor Joel Osteen, who in my heart is my pastor. I love Pastor Osteen. But he's an associate pastor there. He's just written a book. John Gray is the name. Google him. Please do. Google him. He has a brand new book called The Number 8. I Am Number 8. Get that too. But anyway, I digress. So Pastor Gray was speaking, and he was talking about Well, he was showing us he was going to a couple's house to talk to a minister to him and just kind of counsel them. They were a young couple. When he arrived at the house, because he's about 6'4", 6'5", and he's a pretty big dude, he sat in their chair and the chair broke. And so my husband and I were just immediately commented on, oh gosh, I know that was embarrassing, you know, for him. Bless his heart. And I remember, and one of the comments I said is, oh, and he handled it so well, and so did the couple, and it was just the cutest exchange. But his response to it, I remember saying to myself, when I said out loud, oh gosh, and then he'll have to send them the bill, pay for their chair or whatever. I said, but gosh, how embarrassing. But I think I would have handled it the same way with laughter, because that's what helps. Laughter helps in all situations. And immediately God brought to my remembrance an incident that happened in 85 or 86. Like it happened yesterday. A good friend of mine who I grew up with, he was a pretty big dude. I remember he came to my house one time. We were having a friendly gathering, and I remember he came over. He sat in my chair, and the handle broke off the chair. And that in itself was no big deal. But I remember for the longest time, I felt some kind of way about my friend here, because can you at least offer to fix it? I was a single woman living by myself, trying to piece it together in my own little apartment. And I'm thinking, okay, friend, we literally grew up together, like elementary school, grew up, and here we are. We were in college when this happened. And I was thinking to myself, okay, you think maybe you might just give me a 20, let me slide and try to fix it? Never offered. Never, ever, 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 ever offered. Here we are, 53. And the Lord brought that back to me, because my attitude when Pastor John, when it happened to him, was totally different than my attitude when it happened. Ever lose your watch in that week? So you know what I'm saying? It never dawned on me to extend grace. To extend grace. I never really brought it up. I never threw it in his face, but I remember within myself, I felt some kind of way about that. Kind of held a grudge. I'm going to be honest. It's like, okay, you think you could have just, you called me your sister. I was like his little sister. It's like, you think you could help me? Never saw it the way, thank you for coming back, Deb. I never saw it the way I saw it yesterday. So the first thing that came to me, Lord, you have really worked on me. You have really worked on me, because I'm not even that same person. And I couldn't even understand why I reacted the way I did. Just like when it happened to Brother John, it's like, that was probably embarrassing for him. That's probably why he didn't bring it up. You think? So I just felt sorry at myself, because I just did not, I don't think I extended grace the way I wanted to, even though like I said, I never threw it in his face, but just the fact that I walked around with those feelings of what he should have did and how he should have, like, really, Darissa? Really? So I can see the growth, the total growth, and that God has shown me some things about myself. So like I said, you never really know, and you never want to miss an opportunity to grow. And I'm thankful for that revelation, because I'm glad I'm not that girl from 85, 86 who would, why, and this is your friend. Why wasn't your first initial thought, oh my gosh, I know that was embarrassing. I hope nobody saw that, for his sake. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember. I could have, but I really, and honestly, you guys, don't remember thinking that. In the moment, I remember it wasn't that bad. It was the days that followed that I got upset, because I just was kind of waiting for him to, let me come and check that out for you. Let me try to figure, here's some glue, something. And I remember as days passed, as weeks passed, months, years passed, I just held a grudge about that. And that's so stupid, girl. I don't say girl like I'm talking to my friends, but y'all know what y'all know how I get down. I don't even have a chair no more. You know what I'm saying? I look back on it, it wasn't all that. It wasn't like some heirloom or something. It really wasn't. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. Hey, Michael, thank you for joining. So, I'm happy for growth. I'm happy that God has used situations even like that. Things like my father being murdered. It's taught me how to be not only sympathetic, but empathetic for people who have lost, or who have lost loved ones tragically. Because I went through it, because I experienced it myself, I know when not to say things that that aren't helpful. I'll put it that way, you know. And I know everybody would try their best to comfort and console and say the right things. And it's never easy to come up with the right thing to say. There is really no right thing, you know. But I guess because I've been on the other side of it, because he's used that thing to teach me, but there are certain things you don't want to say, you know, especially when it's fresh. When the wound is fresh, yeah, they can probably take certain things 10 years down the line. Right now, it just happened an hour ago. You ain't trying to tell nobody, you know, well, they better off, you know, God loved them best. They ain't trying to hear that right now. That's for some of y'all who might find yourself in that situation. That's not the thing to say when the wound is fresh. I'm just saying. So, you know, I thank God for growth. I thank him for wisdom. I thank him for opportunities to grow in the areas of faith. Because every opportunity, and I'm going to say opportunity. I'm not going to say accident. I'm not going to say incident, situation. They're opportunities. They're opportunities to get closer to him. They're opportunities to learn of him. They're opportunities to serve someone. They're opportunities for your faith to be strengthened, for you to alleviate some things from your life. They're opportunities for growth in so many areas when those things come your way that aren't necessarily expected or comfortable or convenient. They're opportunities. And we want to continue to grow in those opportunities because God has orchestrated some things in each of our lives that if left for our own device, what we would do is we would say, well, I want to try to grow, but I want to be comfortable while I'm doing it. I don't want things to be inconvenient. Can you teach me? That's not how you learn. My aunt used to say something all the time. She used to say, bought experience is better than borrowed. And I do believe that. That is so true. Because don't you really learn the lesson when you got to buy that lesson yourself? I mean, I can tell you all day long, you know, about don't do this, don't do that, because this is going to happen. And you might listen to me, and you might not. It's until you get your hand burned yourself that I get it now. I get it now. And that's an opportunity to grow. It wasn't comfortable when you burned your hand, but I bet you learned something today. You understand what I'm saying? So I thank you all for joining today. Yes, today for those of you, hey, it's just my all. Thank you for joining. The word of the day is grow. Okay, and a quick recap: every opportunity. I don't mean uncomfortable situation. We're not going to call them that. Every opportunity that God allows our way is an opportunity to grow. Life should be about growth. You should not be where you are. Where you were 15 years ago, 10 weeks ago, 2 days ago. Every day is an opportunity to learn something. Every day, hey, my darling, I see my daughter just came in. Happy 4th, sweetie pie. Mama, love you. It's an opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity for you to stretch and be used and to serve and not be the same person who looked back in the mirror at you days ago, days ago or weeks ago or months ago. You know, see that thing, that uncomfortable thing, as an opportunity to do better, to know better, to learn more, to stretch yourself a little bit. Ask God to mold you like that potter and the clay. And he will. He uses opportunities. So don't you get fearful when things happen. See it as an opportunity to grow. Okay? Yeah, see it as an opportunity to grow. And if nothing else, if it's something that causes you to cry at night, to worry at night, we're going to stop all that. This is opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to grow in your faith. Because I bet you those times are the times when you call on him more, when you look to him more, when you search his word more, when you talk about him more. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, Kevin, thank you for joining, honey. So that's growth. Look at it as growth. Because you know, as long as you seek him, he's going to help you find him. He's right here. He's like, ta-da. Okay, I love y'all. Anything you can do about it. I pray life is treating you kind. I pray whatever's going on in your life, you see it as an opportunity for him to teach you, stretch you a little bit, help you grow in your faith and grow in him. Okay, enjoy your family. Those of you who are out and about, be careful. You're welcome, sis. I love you. To God be the glory, Dad. Enjoy your family today. Cherish your time. Encourage your life. I encourage you to embrace your life and purpose, and to cherish your time on this day, on every day. Okay, God woke us up this morning, giving us another chance to get it right. Welcome, welcome. Follow me if you're not already following. I come every day, and this is the word of the day. Okay, so thank you for jumping in. Please catch the replay. All right, I love y'all. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed. Go out there and grow.